When people talk about early expeditions to North Sentinel Island, there's often a dramatic claim that outsiders reached the interior. But what does that really mean? Did Maurice Vidal Portman actually explore deep into the island? Or is that an exaggeration that's grown over time? North Sentinel Island isn't a small, open place. It's densely covered in thick tropical forest, surrounded by coral reefs that make landing extremely difficult. When Portman arrived in 1879, getting ashore at all was already a challenge. Once on land, his party didn't walk into a clear landscape. They entered dense jungle, tangled undergrowth, and terrain they didn't understand. So, when historical accounts say he went into the interior, it doesn't mean he crossed the entire island. It likely means something much more limited. They moved inland from the beach, far enough to encounter signs of habitation. According to Portman's own records, his group found abandoned huts, tools and belongings, and eventually, a small group of islanders. But here's the key detail. Most of the population had already fled. The Sentinelese weren't waiting to meet them, they were avoiding them. This suggests that even a relatively small incursion inland was enough to trigger a full retreat into deeper forest areas. So, while Portman technically entered the interior, he wasn't exploring a populated settlement. He was moving through a space that had just been deliberately emptied. There are a few reasons why deeper exploration didn't happen. First, the environment. The island's interior is extremely difficult to navigate without local knowledge. Second, the risk. Even though the Sentinelese initially avoided contact, they were armed and aware of the intruders. The further inland Portman went, the more vulnerable his group would have been. And third, logistics. These weren't long-term expeditions. They were short, cautious landings from ships. So, going inland likely lasted hours, not days. Over time, descriptions of this expedition have been exaggerated. Phrases like penetrated the interior can sound like a full exploration, mapping the island, or sustained presence. But that's not what happened. In reality, the expedition was brief. The inhabitants avoided contact, and the British never established control or deep knowledge of the island. Even today, the interior of North Sentinel Island remains largely unknown to outsiders. Understanding this detail changes how we see the story. Portman didn't conquer or fully explore North Sentinel Island. He made a limited incursion, one that still had enormous consequences. Because even a short entry into the island led to abduction, disease exposure, and long-term hostility. It shows how little contact is needed to create lasting damage. So, did Maurice Vidal Portman reach the interior of North Sentinel Island? Technically, yes, but not in the way people often imagine. He didn't uncover its secrets. He didn't map its depths. He stepped just far enough inside to change its history forever. And that brief moment, just a few hours inland, may be one of the reasons no one has truly been back since.